Hello everyone, it is I, Neureski Quartza, recording at like 12:30 in the morning because I cannot sleep, and I decided, fuck it, while I can't sleep and while I'm still working on the Creepshow art video, I might as well make this little filler video like when I talked about Netflix. Except, today's video isn't going to be, let's see, how do you put it, isn't going to be like happy-go-lucky or anything. It's more gonna be a PSA. What's the PSA about? I will tell you, audience. So let's let's give a little background information, shall we? You all remember Eden, right? 23 years old, manipulated me to harass several people, and has also gone after other people for absolutely no reason at all, because of course he did. We're all cut up? Good. Why do I bring Eden up? Well, that's because this is who the PSA is about. Let me explain why. So, first, let's mention all of Eden's Twitters. And yes, I say Twitters, plural, because he's had several. And if you're wondering where I got this list from, I regretfully had to use Queen's thread on Eden. I would never usually use it, but I'd have to for this whole thing. So, yeah. Let's get into all the Twitter accounts, and this will be relevant in a second. Here's all the Twitters. Creations out of E, All of Higgins PA, Apple of Eden, EDSFW, Darling Glam, Radio Thespian, Sourpuss 1895, Back in Blackjack, Transarachna, Eden Pastel, Paper Bagel Pour One, Black Market, and Pastel Snowdo. Now, do you notice anything about those accounts? Well, some of them are deleted or locked or they are inactive. And if you recognize those names, it's because some of them are roleplay accounts. Yes, some of them are roleplay accounts. And let's go further into this. Now, Queen, you might want to update this thread of yours, because Creations Out of E and All of Higgins PA, they've both been taken down. You cannot find them even if you search them up on Twitter. Unless someone somehow managed to use Wayback Machine shenanigans, you cannot find this video anywhere. Or, not video, you cannot find these accounts anywhere. So, why does this matter? Well, let's see. He's had several Twitters that were taken down as he was continuing to get called out. And this also matters because of one thing you see here. The Olive Higgins PA account. This should be familiar if you, of course, know Eden, and if you also know about something called Perfect Apocalypse, which I did not until I first heard about the Olive Higgins account maybe like a month or two ago. For those who don't know what Perfect Apocalypse is, it is a visual novel, so kind of like Danganronpa, and it's like it has dogs, cats, and it has this sort of cutesy art style that, of course, would appeal to children, since you know how children are, they all love edgy shit and blood and cute cartoon animals. What does this mean? Well, this means that Eden is trying to sneak his way into another fandom. What do I mean by another fandom? Well, since a lot of people who watch my channel don't know what Eden has done, let's explain. Back then, Eden was in the brony fandom. Yes, he was a brony. Why am I not surprised? Want to know the name he went by when he was in the brony fandom? Buttons. That name should be familiar, because not only have I used it to just piss him off, but I've also used it, or actually, no, I haven't used it, but that name should sound familiar if you know who Eden was back when he was in the brony fandom. He used to be called Buttons. And when he switched over to the Hasman fandom, he switched from being called Buttons to being called Eden, or Radio Thespian, or Darling Glam, or whatever accounts that he goes by now. So he snuck his way out of the Brony fandom into the Has-Been fandom when he got shunned in the Brony fandom. Guess what happened when he got shunned in the Has-Been community by people like me and Bethany? Well, he weaseled his way out of the community, and he's decided to go into the Perfect Apocalypse fandom. This spells a lot of danger, and it's why I made this PSA. Sure, his accounts may be down, but there's a large chance that he may come back on another account. So, why did I want to make this? Well, he's been sneaking into several other fandoms, and if you read the title of this video, then you will understand the point I'm trying to make here, which is never let Eden into any fandoms ever. If you see any account owned by Eden, block him. If you see Eden try to get into any fandom, then go ahead, inform people in that fandom so that he may be shunned out. For obvious reasons, of course, he's a toxic little asshole, and he likes to stir up drama. Some of it necessary, some of it isn't. But there's also a glaring issue here. Let's go back a bit. Eden used me to get to several people. When I no longer became convenient to him, he decided to toss me aside. What does this mean? Well, since he snuck into the All of Higgins PA fandom, it's extremely likely that he will get to other people, including minors, and use them as a way of stirring up drama, deflecting any criticism from him, etc. Now, you may be wondering, Quartza, how the hell could this be possible? Because All of Higgins PA is queer, or not All of Higgins PA, but Perfect Apocalypse clearly isn't family friendly. Well, as I mentioned before, kids love edgy shit. That's why there's a lot of minors in the Has-Been Hotel fandom, like Jester. And that spells a lot of bad news for the Perfect Apocalypse fandom. Because there are going to be, most likely, there are going to be minors in the Perfect Apocalypse fandom. That means Eden will have a constant flow of children to get to and exploit. And I also like to mention something about the All of Higgins account. It's a roleplay account, because Eden's a fucking roleplayer, big surprise. And if you look at the Twitter bio that I'll put up on screen, there's actually a screenshot that I got. It mentions that the Muse is 15 and minors DNI. The words Muse is 15 and minors DNI should not be in the exact same fucking sentence. Along with that, of course it says SFW, but still, it's a little weird that he would say this. Now, see, of course, I can understand if you don't want minors interacting with you, but then again, it's the fucking internet. People will lie about their age and all that shit. So yeah, there's that. So it's not exactly like a fucking wall of text is gonna stop them. Maybe the block button will, but we all know how people are. People are lazy, and people are stupid sometimes. But, yeah, he's running another roleplay account, or he used to run one. But yeah, he's probably going to do it again. He's probably going to exploit minors again. And that is why I'm making this PSA. To make sure that nobody, and I mean nobody, lets Eden into the fandom. But yeah, that is all I have to say. If you for some reason enjoyed this video, then make sure you like and go ahead. Follow me on Twitter. Shameless plug and all that. Follow me on Twitter. Add me on Discord. Leave some shit in my Curious Cat as well for those who are absolutely chaotic. And this has been Narcy Quartza signing out, and please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You deserve to be loved. I love you all. You're all my fucking friends were married now, I guess. I don't know how this works. Um, but anyways, yeah, this is North Quartza signing out. Have a good one, lads.